Going on, fellas? We were actually able to follow our rules today. No trades, no money made, no money lost, which is a W because today there simply wasn't any opportunity. The market didn't want to feed my ass today, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not my duty to make money every single day because that's where you force trades, that's where you mess up, bro. I saw this potential setup um, later on, but first let's go over what we saw come into the market and everything. So basically, we can go just take out all this shit, right? So what do I see? I always start out on the 4 hour, right? And as you see here, boom, huge 4 hour bearish leg, huge. It's at the fib from the top of the range to the low of the range. So today we get that move up, finally we hit that equilibrium level that I've been targeting for the past week pretty much. Ever since with this 4 hour move, we took out this 4 hour low down here. I was pretty confident we were gonna retrace back into a premium level of price, and that all that means is above this 50% retracement level. So this is 0, 1 being 100%. Equilibrium is just halfway between those two points. So usually when we get retraces into a area above that 50% level. So we finally hit that today. So in the next week or two, I'm predicting price to continue the downtrend that we've been in for a while now. I'm sitting on my porch, by the way, so if it's a little loud, forgive me, college town. Boys are active, boys are drinking all around. 'Cause it's a good day too. I'm surprised there's no cube getting hucked around me, but maybe later. So let's continue. So on the 4 hour, we see this big move. We're retracing, but if we look, I actually had a bearish bias today, and let me explain why. We had this 1 hour for value gap right here, and pre-market we're right around this level. So market opens and we're right here. So what I see price get near the 50% but not quite hit it, and then I see us break structure on the hourly right here. So I'm like, oh shit. What I thought was gonna happen, let's go back to the hourly. So what I thought was gonna happen was I was expecting price to just retrace up into these 1 hour gaps right here, and then boom. Oh shit. I thought price was going to retrace into one of these 1 hour for value gaps and continue going down, taking out all this low resistance lows right here and just continuing the trend. But what do we see? We see market open and just fucking ripper-doo, just rip up. And when I see a candle of this size at market open, that's the hit for the day. 100 point opening candle to the upside, taking out all these highs, just straight up fucking any sort of bear in the market. These candles obviously show us that price wants to move up. So after this 15-minute closes, this 15-minute huge cock candle right here, I'm like, all right, we're bullish for the day. So you guys know how I trade now. I switched my targets up. So once I realized where price was going for the day, if we were bearish, we would have respected these gaps. But as my bias switches to the bull side now, so what am I targeting? I'm targeting highs. So at this point, right around here, I'm like, all right, what are we going for? I wanted these relative equal highs. My main target was this high here, right here, and this point here, because that's the top of this huge imbalance. So I thought maybe price would want to come and fill its imbalance. But as you see, we didn't really get any sort of entry. Price just fucking ripped up, ripped up. I had these 5-minute I had these 5 minute imbalances ready, but price just never retraced into any of them. And I'm not gonna take a trade, unless we retrace into a PD array. And as you see here, price did end up giving me an entry, but this is after my trading hours. I stopped trading at 11:30 just to stop me from overtrading. Eventually, I would be open to the idea of taking trades all day, honestly, but right now I don't have the skill, and if I allow myself to trade all day, I'll overtrade the fuck out of my account and take too many bad setups. So at this point, I see price rip up. I'm waiting for price to simply just retrace into these imbalances so I can take lower time frame shifts and take price higher towards these targets. But price pretty much just rips up, takes out all my targets without giving me any sort of retracement or entry, which is okay. Market didn't want to gift me an opportunity today. It was a rainy day. I know a sunny day will come eventually. It's fate. I have faith that my setup works and that it reappears over and over again. But right here would be a perfect example of my actual setup, right? So we mark out a 5 minute PD array. After 11:30, that's why I didn't take it. But if this happened earlier in the day at say 10 o'clock, I would have taken this, right? So we have a bias. We have a bullish bias. We want to see this hourly imbalance get filled. So this point right here, 19,839. I have my bias. Beautiful. I have the 5 minute structure. What is it? Bearish with gaps, with PD arrays. So I wait for price to retrace into my gap. And what do? I simply wait for a change in state delivery, which happens right here. So I could enter off this closure right here, put my stop here, first TP these highs, and second TP could be my higher time frame draw. But more realistically, I'm taking more than 75% of my position off at this level, maybe another 10% at this level, and then full position off at this level. Break even after these highs. That's one possible entry right there. Next possible entry I could have had. I wait for price to inverse this 1 minute candle. 1 minute bearish candle. Enter on the candle close. I'd probably put my stops underneath this low because I wouldn't want to take a 75 point stop. I like the 40 point in that range. And again, maybe take off a little less than half just because I still want most of my position to run. But once we take out these highs, I would most likely move my stop to break even. Set one TP here for a 1.6R. Second TP at my higher time frame draw for a 3.6R. And my third entry that I saw was this 5 minute inverse right here. Boom to here. Boom, we inverse right there, and we have another inversion. Boom, right here. So with that, I could either enter off this candle, stop at the swing low, target higher time frame, again go break even at these highs, take some off at this level, take some off at final TP, and last entry would be inversing this the most extreme fair value gap. So right here, again stop at this level, again move to break even, take a TP here, boom, 2R. So you see how much your reward changes based on your entry, guys. This is why you have to really lock in on your confirmation and your entries, because you could have a bias in a direction and be right, but if you set up your trade in the most efficient way possible, you can literally 3x the amount you would make if you, let's say, just was lazy with it and took like a 5-minute break of structure all the way up here. Like, look, the same trade can go from a 3R, and then if you wait for a 5-minute break of structure, look at that, that's a 1R. So you lose 2R right there. So it's very, very important using the 5-minute for like the actual trade idea. Then I really, really like the 1 minute just so I can maximize my reward for the trade idea. Because if you take trades off the 5-minute and the 15-minute, yeah, they might be more probable, but you're sacrificing your risk to reward because you're having such a wide stop that you're not able to put as many cons down because you can't have 1 or 2 minis with a fucking 70-point stop. You'll blow your account in drawdown. You won't even get to the full stop loss. But I'm also have a pending order set on Euro GBP for my forex account. So just go over that real quick. So on the 4-hour, we see, boom, we have a huge bullish leg right here. We go to the daily and show you guys. So boom, boom, boom to here. We tag in to daily discount levels. We break structure on the 4-hour with huge imbalance. So I map that out. And then on the 1-hour, we retrace into the 4-hour discount. And then we get another break of structure to the upside with imbalance. So I'm basically just betting on price. Coming into this level, entry, boom, there. So I'm taking that onto account. Pretty good risk. And there you go. Beautiful potential trade. Let me know how it goes. This is the 2022 model, by the way. Liquidity sweep into a PD array. Breaking structure, and then we enter on that retrace. That's the whole model. Very accurate, very, very profitable model. Problem with me is these setups don't really come too frequently, and I honestly enjoy the structure of waking up and executing on the 1 minute and being out of the trade within minutes, and also just being on the chart locked in from 9:30 to 11. It's very, very sweet having that like set time frame for work, and then the rest of the day you can fuck off. But that'll do it for this video. I've been very, very, very calm entering the markets lately. My psychology, my mindset has improved a lot from last week. I felt myself coming into the market with the intention of passing the account. I had the intention of winning a trade. I wasn't letting the market really present me with opportunities. I was kind of forcing opportunities on the market. And even though there were a lot of opportunities, I was still losing so much money because I was forcing early setups. I realized that I need to just wait and trust that the A+ setup will occur, just how the sun will come up eventually again. Like, do you know when you go to sleep, you have like that certainty in your mind that the sun will come up the next day. The world isn't going to end. The day will repeat and repeat and repeat. You have to have that same mindset for your trading strategy. Your setup will come. Your setup will come. Just how the sun will come up, you have to be certain that your setup will reappear in the future. That's why you shouldn't force trades and overtrade and try to like win the day back, because you can't make the market do anything. You have to submit to the market and just wait for the sunny days to come. It might be rainy for a week. There might not be a setup for a week. You might lose every single day of the week. But if you just wait patiently for your setup to come, you wait patiently for that sunny day to come, that's when you execute, and that's when you win the trade, and that's how you make money. You can't force this shit. You can't force it. And I started thinking about it in terms of the weather, and it helps me a lot because, like, when it rains, I don't get mad. Because it's like, what are you going to get mad about? You can't do shit about it. It's fucking raining, dude. Like, what are you going to do? Make it sunny? You just deal with it, go inside. That's how you got to treat trading, dude. If there's not a setup, if conditions are shit, you don't trade. You don't go outside. You stay inside, and you wait till it becomes sunny again. You wait for the weather to change. That's how you got to trade, boys. That's how you're going to be profitable. Because I see people make the same mistakes over and over again. People try to, take a trade every day. That's stupid. There's never, ever. If you're trading on the 5 minute, 15 minute, there will not be a setup every day. I'm telling you right now. If you're trading the 30 second and the minute time frame, then maybe there might be a good setup every day. But if you're trading the 5 and 15 mixed with the hourly and 4 hour, brother, I'm telling you, there will not be 5 setups in a week on average. There just won't be. So don't try to trade every day. Don't try to force trades. Only take one trade a day. The more you try to force it, the more unnecessary losses you're taking, the more you're holding yourself back in your trading career. If you just lock in, become disciplined, take the right trades, you're profitable. And that'll do it.